What do home and family mean to you? To many people, it's their motivating factor for their lives. But how often do we actually even say it, admit it, or tell the people we care about the most how much we love them and care for them and what they mean to us? Probably not enough. I'm Kathie and I want to show you a little project today. It's very endearing to me. It's made using the home and family transfers. When my mom first saw this transfer set, she was just really touched by it. It resonates with her so well. She's Italian, and to her, family is everything. I've already cut the transfer apart. As a matter of fact, I've actually used the family portion of it already on another project. We're going to be doing this on a rectangular board. Oops. Clear a little bit more space. There we go. And I'm going to fuzz the transfers to remove some of the stickiness from them. Interestingly enough, it looks like I lost family. As I reach for the little other transfer, I'm going to share with you a little bit about chalk couture. Okay, found it. I'm kind of hiding out close to the dog bed, so I apologize for any noise. I had to get her to move to snag it back before she decided to investigate it. Dogs and transfers. Keep the sticky side away from them. And my poor dog was a white little fur baby, a husky, run into a roll of glue dots that had kind of unwound and were hanging off the table somewhat. And when her big fuzzy furry tail caught it, she was stuck, the poor little girl. Of course, she was wagging around a whole roll of glue dots until I caught up with her to get them off of her. I'm going to move it a little bit up higher. And put it right up against the frame. And I'm going to be using some chalk paste called aubergine. It's a nice purple. A little bit unusual for this type of thing, but I think it'll work, especially because I know where it's going to eventually end up. I've applied the paste and I'm just squeegeeing it over the letters with nice even pressure, making sure I get full coverage. Adding any of the excess back into the paste jar. And then I'm going to peel up the transfer at a 90-degree angle. Now I'm putting my transfer into a water bath. Actually, I have a little tinfoil tub here and used for catering that I just have filled with some water. What do you think so far? I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I place the other portion back down and work on adding some flowers over here. Something to spruce it up a little bit so it's not quite as somber. Once again, I'm going to remove the backing from my transfer and fuzz it. By placing it on actually a fuzzing cloth, but I could use a towel. The idea behind fuzzing is to remove a little bit of the adhesive or a little bit of the stickiness from the adhesive in the back. So that it's easier to lift up. I think this will look nice. I'm going to use a little bit of honeydew paste for the leaves. And actually might add a little bit of a darker green to that also. Let's see what it looks like. I think I'm going to leave that like it is in the hope that I can get this done before it dries. Now I'm adding a little cherry blossom for the flowers. And I want to lift it up before it starts drying. As you can see, I'm switching out little squeegees. This one I've actually cut to a smaller size so that I could get into tight areas with it. It's light, but I think it might be just the right touch for what I'm looking for. Excuse me while I grab some paper towels. Threw those two transfers into the water bath. Now, you can see this is almost dry, but not quite there. I actually could use a heat gun or a hair dryer to speed it up. But I think it'll be just about done by the time I get this one off its backing and fuzz it. This is my fuzzing cloth. One side used for fuzzing or de-sticking, if you will. the transfers. The other is like a microfiber to be used on cleaning on chalkboard. This gives you a really nice, clean, easy way of doing it without leaving any lint on it. With the larger transfers, you want to be very careful that they do not fold back on themselves. You do not want to get two of the sticky sides or the sticky side touching each itself, because then it's hard to pull the transfer apart. Best thing to do if that happens is to throw it in a water bath and gently, very, very gently pull it apart. Because the transfers are made of vinyl and silk screen, it's actually like a fabric, if you will, and if you pull it on the bias or the diagonal, you will get the transfers to stretch and they will be distorted. With proper care, these transfers can be used over and over, up to 12 times, or possibly more with good care. Oops. Got a little bit of crumbs from my pink chalk. There. I'm going to take care not to chalk over the letters from family. I think I'm fine with that. I usually apply the chalk paste off of the lettering and then just pull it across it. Any excess can be scraped up and put back in the jar. Oops, then I am going to have a fair amount of excess here. Let's clean that up a little bit. Get rid of any streaks that I have here. I think that looks good. Oops, it looks like I had a little bit of the pink or the cherry, a crumb under the transfer, and I didn't notice it. I'm going to clean this up with a little pointy Q-tip and then go back and add the transfer and redo the letter K. So right now I'm just going to remove it. This is not a reusable board, it's actually wood. If it was chalk, I could leave the chalk on here until it dried, erase it, and then clean up whatever I needed to. But being that this is wood, I don't have that option. It's really intended for one use. So I've cleaned that up, and I will go back in after I've cleaned the transfer and redo the letter K. Ah, looks like I got a little smear on the E over here. Same logic. I can't do it right away because I have to clean the transfer and let it dry first, and then I could go back in and place it and clean it up. As you can see, if you work quickly before it dries, it's easy to clean it so that you can go back in. So that's pretty much it for this. Now, These boards are interesting because you could actually chalk on the reverse, and that's just what I'm going to do now. Oops. Little chalk crumbs on there. Get out of the way. And I'm going to put home on the back. So this is fully reversible, and someone could display it whichever way they want. This I'm going to do in a little bit more neutral. I think I'm going to use a linen chalk paste on it. Usually you could just roll your fingers or across the transfer to get it to lift up a little bit. Of course, nothing works when you're live like that. It's a little bit more of a struggle. Okay, I'm fuzzing it to remove some of the adhesive. Now, once you've cleaned your transfers, if you clean them in a water bath, you wipe them with a Lysol or Clorox wipe. You wipe the front and back, and that will restore the stickiness to a certain degree. You don't want them sitting in a water bath for an extended period of time. So as soon as I'm done with this, I will clean them. Making sure there's no air bubbles. And then here's my fresh linen paste. Scrape off the excess and smooth it down a little bit. Lift the transfer at a 90-degree angle and put that one in my water bath. You have to be careful a little bit. Sometimes the adhesive sticks to your fingers. And now for the final part. Description of home, a place where you can rest your head and your heart and everything feels safe. The place where the people you care about live, where you are not alone. I'm struggling a little bit about removing it with this one, removing it from its backing. There we go. I'm taking care not to let it fold back on itself as I peel it off. And then I'm going to fuzz it. I have the fuzz cloth on my lap just for ease of access. Some people fuzz on their clothes. I suppose that's absolutely fine. It's whatever works. And I just had this fold back on itself. Oops, there we go. Gently pried it apart. Otherwise, if it was a little bit more resistance, I would have put it in the water bath. See, this looks like it's about centered. You want to take care not to put the excess chalk in the wrong chalk container. If you do, just scoop it out real quick. Don't mix it up. It looks good. Looks like I have good coverage there. Let's peel it and reveal it. Right into that water bath. Looks like I have a little bit of chalk on here that I wasn't intending. Let me clean it up real quick. Water and a paper towel does wonders. I think that looks fine. So there's our quick and easy home and family project. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful life.